Well, I thought I'd have a bit of a lay-in this morning. The forecast was for a low cloud. They weren't wrong. I'm on my way home, but I thought I'd stop here. This is Queen's View, just up the road from Pitlochry, and somewhere down there is Loch Tummel. And what I'm hoping is that as the cloud burns off, the sun's coming up that way, it is about sunrise now, about 8 o'clock. Hopefully this mist will drop and we might get a little bit of an inversion going on. Don't know, might have misjudged it. Don't care. I'm out and about, had a lovely night's sleep. I'm feeling all refreshed. But I thought this could work. Now the sun's coming up over there, it should start burning off straight down there. Fingers crossed. That's what the plan is anyway. And then from here, as I say, I'm going to head back down to Pitlochry to Fiskally and have a look around there. Anything to put off actually going home. Right, I'm going to stand around and wait for a little while. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Talk about saving the best till last. And these are some of the best reflections I've had in a long while. If I should point you up, if I can get it to, yeah. We've even got a minute amount of cloud detail, which I think helps with a reflection image. Let's see if we can just brighten it up again. Not too much, that's it. There is one slight issue here, even on the 10 to 20 stood here. I'm still not getting a huge amount of sky in. But there's some beautiful light coming through on the trees, and I've managed to capture that, but not too much, just the tips of the trees. Oh, look at the colours, it's just phenomenal. And I'm sure there's places in England that are like this. Oh, and it's so peaceful, so quiet. Well, I'm just going to try the polarizer. The sun, I think, is coming in at slightly the wrong angle, but I want something to give some extra zip to these colours. Let's have a look. That's it. Now, I won't lie, there is going to be a little bit of cloning to be done here, because the reeds here are just encroaching slightly onto the image, and the top of that tree is just peeking into the top. Now I'm on the 17 to 55 mil. I'm probably going to try the 10 to 20, but I think that will just include too much of the stuff that I don't want in. Just need to find a grad filter. Oops. Now, for those of you that are a little bit confused, I was, 15 minutes ago, up at Queen's View. But the mist is so heavy up there, and it was so pigging cold, that I figured, ooh, I would much rather come down and shoot this. Now there's not a lot of sky in this image because, as I say, I'm shooting on the 17-55, but what there is considerably brighter. Excuse me, I just want my 3 stop. Yeah, it's considerably brighter than the reflections. Ah, this is beautiful. This is Fiskally, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong. That's better. So let's just see, I've got a second exposure then. Yeah. Now, oops, no, I keep pressing the wrong one. White balance. Yep, that white balance is set on daylight. That's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Really cute little boathouse. It's kind of pagoda shaped. It's a shame the door's open and there's a little bit of a red engine sticking out, but hey, you can't have everything. And all around here, there are little jetties. The others are wooden. This is a proper path one, but the others are jetties for fishing off. Just wish there was one down there. Now the sun's coming in and just lighting the tops of those trees, really making the yellows and oranges pop. There's some gorgeous reds coming out over there as well. There's a couple of dog walkers. And then it's the birds. Yeah, I do like that. So I'm shooting at f13, 1.3 seconds, which I think I could push slightly more. Now it's just beginning to blow. Nothing that isn't rescuable in post. Because that sunlight is so strong. That's it. Yeah, I was right with 1/3 of a second. That's straight. Yes, that's straight. Always have to check. Every time I go to take another image, even if I haven't touched the camera, I will generally try and refocus, recheck that it's level. Just in case I've knocked it inadvertently. Oh, this is wonderful. You've got a very bland sky, but we've then got a row or a background of dark pine trees. And then we've got a beautiful array of colours, yellows, golds, oranges. I knew the Cairngorms would come through eventually. Shame it had to be the last bigging day, but hey. Now shooting at f13 should give me everything sharp back to front. And so there's just a little bit of cloning down here. If I put the 17-55, the 10-20 on, it's going to be too big. That is such a nice scene. So what I'm going to do is just swap out, just to satisfy my own curiosity, and put the 10-20 on. I say I'm fairly certain it's going to be too wide. Morning. Yeah, as I thought, the 17 to 55 was the right lens for this spot. The 10 to 20 is just giving me too much. Now, if this all came out completely, that's not making any sense. There's rushes here and rushes here, and there's a great empty spot here. If they came all the way across, that would actually make quite a nice frame at the bottom of the image, but they don't, so it doesn't. So I am going to move slightly to get a different angle on it. Well, for all that I could have spent 4 or 5 hours there, I thought it was time I made a move, because there's other places to go, and I really do need to start heading home. But I just look at these colours and go, oh, I just want to stay here and take photographs. I must say, it's not the easiest of places to come up with a composition, because there's overhanging trees and overhanging branches. It gets a little bit messy. There's going to be some cloning work to come on those. Oh, and I'm going to have to go because there's a couple coming down here with a blue sheepdog. Oh, he's gorgeous. Back in a minute. What can I say? I'm a sucker for dogs. There's a blue collie and you just don't see many of those at all.